All right, we got the last color challenge, green, recorded live on stream at twitch.tv/zedmagic. Color challenge green. Last one. And we have some green dailies, so we will play the last one where it is against another player. Large and in charge. That's my high school basketball nickname. Actually, it was just my last name. For some reason, there weren't any other Zanes on the team. Like, my first name is Zane, and there weren't any other Zanes at my school. But my nickname was my last name. Like, what? Of all the things. My last name was also distinct, but so. But it could have been so many other things. This is cool. So we actually get to use Baloth Pack Hunter to grow this other Baloth Pack Hunter, which is a arena only card, which then makes this produce 2 mana because I control a creature with 4 or greater power. So then I get to play the Elysian, carry off that, and then I get to attack for 5. And the only way they can actually kill this Pack Hunter is if they trade all, which for some reason the bot always does. So. And so then, yes, these don't produce 2 anymore, but we still can play this Rampaging Brontodon, which is a 7/7 rare triple that gets ++1/1 for each forest that I control. Then I just attack all. And the bot doesn't like trading with the 1/1 because it would die anyway. Literally Xaxes. Almost that Xaxes is too convenient. Red likes using instants and sorceries to kill your creatures and grow theirs. It's weird. The red color challenge is showing like spell weird. It says red likes to grow their creatures using using spells. But that's like an uncommon way to grow your creature. Like, it's not prowess. That one actually grows with 1/1 counters. Prowess is the common way to grow your creatures. But they don't teach, they're not teaching the right things in these color challenges. Like, the color challenge is a good idea, but the execution of the color challenge is where it's lacking. Because the execution of the color challenge is that they should be using the color challenge to teach the right thing. They should teach that red likes to be aggressive. Red likes to use spells to then trigger prowess. This doesn't even have the keyword prowess. And prowess is an evergreen mechanic, which means that it can be printed in any set and is not set specific. So, like, I don't understand why the deck construction of some of these teaching things is the way it is. Now, the jump-in event does do a great job of teaching things, so I'm pretty happy with how that works. But this just doesn't. Kind of disappointing, to be honest. It's like, it could be such a hit. Like, the tutorial series, which you can skip as a new player, which I did, that does a great job of teaching you general mechanics of the game. The tutorial is amazing. However, I don't need to play this. The actual color challenge doesn't really teach you, like, red most commonly has haste, sometimes has flying, and prowess is pretty common. Like, it doesn't teach you that. It just teaches you, like, red like spells. They sometimes grow. But then it just shows you, like, it shows you a Spellgorger weird, which is, like, not a common red card. 3/8, I can have lethal here. Spells, sequence, damage math, and attack/blocks are level 1. I guess that's what it's teaching here. But then why have the tooltip of showing a Spellgorger weird and that it doesn't have prowess? Like, this is a good tooltip. Blue often combines good blockers with flying creatures, and that kind of just wrong, but when was the last time you played a game and you're like, yeah, blue, man, they have such good blockers. I guess they have a lot of walls and O4s and stuff. When was the last time you played standard and you're like, blue? Oh, those blockers are great. You know Urza? Oh, yeah, it's a 1-4. Blue has good blockers. Since when? We're just gonna grow the Delver here. This is a good blocker though. They're attacking with their good blocker? I thought the whole point was to block on the ground and then attack with your flyers. We just went over this. We Arena, we just went over how blue has good blockers and flyers. Oh yeah, Karo. You know, it's almost like the tooltips are outdated. Right? Like, all right, we're gonna grow this to a 4/4 using the Stony Strength, +1/+1 counter and untap it, so we can get a surprise block, which then makes this then taps for 2. Then I can now go. This is actually a really cool play. So I can tap 2 green here on the carried tid, and then I can untap it with Stony Strength, and then I can play. I have the 1 floating +2 from the carried tid, +4 lands for the Rampaging Brontodon. So I can play it even though I didn't hit a land. I don't know if that's the intention of what you're trying to teach, because this is supposed to be a new player thing, and like that little interaction is like kind of high level. So like, why not just give the players a land there, so they can just play their thing? That's a high level interaction. Oh, I shouldn't have attacked with the Elysian Carried. It's a cool interaction though. Stony Strength with the Elysian is really cool interaction, right? If Elysian has how you pronounce it. All right, black. Any amount of damage a source with Death Touch deals to a creature is enough to destroy it. Now this is a good. This is good. Also, by the way, in blue, they mentioned flying. Maybe the tutorial mentioned what flying does, but here they're actually telling you what Death Touch does. That's good. That is a good tooltip. And the next thing of Death Touch would be the advanced strat, is like if you have a pinger that will deal damage to something indirectly, not in combat, it also still kills. I was playing Commander recently, and you can get there's that enchantment. There's a saga that gives your creatures Death Touch until end of turn. And if you have Mayhem Devil out, and then you get that saga ticked off, it will give all the creatures indestructible, all Death Touch until end of turn. So your Mayhem Devil will have Death Touch till end of turn, and you can kill the entire board. It's like super cool. You just sack a bunch of treasures, and each treasure you sack, you kill a creature. It is one of my favorite interactions in that deck that I play. It's very fun. Boom, boom. Rabid Bite, deal damage. 3 to the 1/1 and 3 to the other 1/1. Back for a bunch. They attack with the Typhoid Rats. Another Pack Hunter. Game looks a little closer until we just play this huge Brontosaurus Dinosaurus. Trample. Trample. No blocks. This is the closest bot game, I guess, ever. Yes. Fight the 1-1. Not like it mattered. How many creatures have trample? All right. There it goes. Now we get to play against an actual player. They could be playing anything, by the way. I think they played. I thought they only play other color challenge decks. Like you only play against monocolor decks, but I played against a 2-color deck recently. I don't know if this is just a random game or what it is. Cause like, how did I play against a green-white deck? This hand is very medium, but I'll keep. I think I'm on the play. Oh no, I'm on the draw. 1 second. Need to draw some lands or mana creatures or both. Put these guys down. 2 pack hunters is really good. A removal spell. I have a removal spell for that. I did not hit a land though, so my task is to play green spells. So even if I'm going to lose the game, I'm going to play as many green spells as possible. That's something to note when you're trying to fulfill dailies, which I'm trying to do right now while doing the color challenge. Which is this is against another player. Bounce. You just like I'm gonna cast this even if I'm gonna lose. Just because I need to cast it. The lands is kind of stinky though. But we'll be able to all the quests I currently have are all cast things of 2 different colors, which we'll be able to fulfill by doing the jumpstart event. I want to make sure I get those done before the weekly resets and stuff like that. So I think we'll be recording a bunch more videos here. But you may be watching on YouTube, and it could be anytime. For me, it is right now. There, one big chunk. They have a bounce effect, an unsummon. Then it would blow out my Rabid Bite because my Rabid Bite actually targets both creatures. So they can either target my creature and it won't deal the damage, or they can target their own creature to save it and then replay their own creature. And they had a stop. And Arena usually tells you about the stops, so I'm surprised that they didn't play it. This card is really good. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1/+1 till end turn. We missed a few land drops, so. Soul Blade Jin. Isn't it just pronounced Jin? It's silent D. Yeah, like Jin. Jin Rummy. Favorite of mine. When it attacks, you may mill 3. When it dies, return all land cards from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Why is this in this deck? This is like a combo card. This doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. If they had an unsummon based on their activity, could have just bounced it on their turn though, and like it would have drawn next. They would have dealt 2 more damage. This is so weird. Why is it? Why did they keep this rare? A lot of the other rares are actually like, I mean, I guess there's a lot of useless rares like the 7-drop, but this is like a combo card. People play these cards fair. It's so weird to me. I've been playing a lot of Commander on Spell Table today and yesterday, and people's deck construction, they just play cards they have, I guess, or cards they like, which I do too, but they'll play like World Shaper, and then they'll play like, it just has like a pseudo ramp spell, but they won't play like dedicated sack effects, or like they won't also have Scape Shift and what's the other card I'm thinking of? The one that's also like this, Plunder Reclamation, and also like Dredge, and they won't go all in. Like they'll just have this card with in a landfall type deck. So it's like, it's a good theme, but they won't go all the way in. I mean, I have the opposite problem most of the time. I guess so. It's just like a personal thing. Like I go too far into a theme, and then my deck is just thematic, or it's just synergistic on one element, and then it's not. They're not objectively powerful cards. So you can fall into either trap, right? All right, we got our rare wild cards. That happens when you complete all 5 color challenges, and we also got 2 common and 1 uncommon and card style. So now you'll see that these 5 jump-in tokens, this was when we completed the 4th color challenge. And if we go back to the quests, we'll now see that some of the green has been completed. So we'll check in on the next video is going to be about, we're going to do 1 video per jump-in, and the jump-in, we're going to do the video until it's completed when we win. So we'll go over that jump-in event there and how you can obtain cards for a deck you want to make or whatever, and based on that. And you also see now that we have a rare wild card, you'll see that this is changed color, rare. When you get a mythic, it will change to mythic. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video.